So, in Oblivion Remastered, there are 21 skills altogether. You've got 7 major and you have 14 minor skills. In this video, we're going to be going through how to level up all 21 skills fast. And I've categorized these because there's going to be some that you can do basically the same way. So, when it comes to your magic, you can basically do them all the same way. So, we have Blade, Blunt, Hand-to-Hand, Marksman, Armorer. Then we have Block, Light Armor, Heavy Armor. Then we have Illusion, Alteration, Conjuration, Destruction, Mysticism, Restoration. Then we have Speechcraft, Athletics, Alchemy, Acrobatics, Mercantile, Security, and Sneak. So if we start with Blade, Blunt, Hand-to-Hand, Marksman, and Armorer, what you're going to do is make sure you've got repair hammers, make sure you have a weapon of each type. So you've got a bow and arrows, you've got a blunt weapon and a blade. Just to quickly show you something like a Sunder Blade or even a longsword, if you click on the right stick to show details, it will show you one-handed longsword blade. And then when it comes to something like a warhammer, that is going to be two-handed warhammer blunt. So that is a blunt and a blade weapon. Then the bows in the game come under marksman. Hand-to-hand is going to be if you just unequip your weapon and you just punch. So make sure you've got a weapon of each type and you've got repair hammers. Then from Imperial City, if you come all the way down to the far south of the map, down even past Leowin, you're going to find somewhere called Deepscorn Hollow. When you get here, there's going to be a journal you can read. Then it's going to tell you to go see someone. Go visit that person. They're going to be just on the west side of the Imperial City and buy all of the upgrades for Deepscorn Hollow. Then when you fast travel here, you're going to start over near where the armoured old nag is, the horse over there. But what you want to do is you want to come over here to where I am, so across the water, and we're going to go inside this hatch, like this trapdoor. Then when we are inside, if we come down the stairs, come round to the right hand side, go right again, once you've done all of the upgrades, you're going to have a prisoner behind this cell. This prisoner is an unkillable NPC. So what we can do is spam all of our weapons and stuff on this character. So if I just go in and I shut the door, what we're going to do is I'm going to equip my Warhammer of Warding. And if I get this out, then what I'm going to do is start smacking the prisoner. And it's going to be very, very slow with something like a Warhammer. You are going to see that after I stopped attacking, my blunt went to 32. So what I'm going to do is use all of my stamina again, and we'll see what happens to my level for blunt. So we're nearly done with the attacks now. Fatigue's almost run out completely. There, I'm going to stop attacking. And you're going to see that blunt went up to 33. So that's for the blunt weapons. Then if I switch over to a blade, we've got the Sunder Blade out. And I'm going to, again, just keep attacking this person. You're going to see at the top right, blade increased to 42. So now what we do is we use my shortcut so you can go back into your inventory and do it. We're going to put the Sunder Blade away, we're going to unequip it. And we're now just going to punch this guy. And we keep punching and punching and punching. And when all of that stamina's gone, you are going to see that if we wait for it... Okay, maybe my hand-to-hand's a little bit too high of a level. Just for one stamina bar. And there you go, hand-to-hand increased to 36. So that's blade, blunt, hand-to-hand. And now we are going to equip a bow. So if I just put on the dwarven bow, we've got silver arrows. And what we're going to do is just stand back a little bit. I'm going to aim at this guy's head. We're going to just continuously fire. You'll see marksman is increased to 8. So you can level up your marksman by shooting this guy. Marksman increased to 9. And then lastly is armorer in this section, because we have now used durability on these weapons. What we can do is we can now tab over to repair hammers. And we can repair these. And if you have repaired enough, that I think I'm too high of a level just for a few small repairs. But you can repair those weapons and your armorer is going to increase. So you would have seen there, I didn't even need to do anything. I just needed to back out of the menu. My armorer increased to 33. So that's blade, blunt, hand-to-hand, marksman, and armorer. So now if we move on to your spells, again, we can do it here because this guy is going to be good for destruction. So if we go to magic, I currently have flare equipped because I'm a really low level when it comes to destruction. But what we can do is we can just keep firing this at this guy, the prisoner. And he is going to fall to the floor and everything. but you will eventually level up your destruction. Now, when it comes to the magicka, what you can do is either make a load of restore magicka potions, or if we just stand here, we wait 1 hour. When we spawn back in, the magicka bar's full up. So, we can see there at the top right, destruction increased to 15. And once the magicka runs out, then we can... Okay, we don't have enough, so we'll wait. That's our last use, so we go wait 1 hour. Then once that's done, magicka's full up, and we can continue. So you just want to do that, and you'll see destruction increase to 16. And that is how to do spells. So that's going to be your illusion, alteration, conjuration, destruction, mysticism, and restoration. All you've got to do is spam the spells, because if I go to my shortcuts and I put on heal minor wounds, then what I'm going to do is just stand here, just keep using my right bumper. And once the magicka runs out, if I wait for an hour, you'll see restoration increase to 19. And then when we deplete this bar fully, we can just wait for 1 hour. After that's done, magicka is refilled again. So we can continue spamming that. And it works the same for all 6 of the different magic types. Then before we move on, we can take a look at the acrobatics. So from that prison cell, if we come straight across, we can go into the hollow. And if we come down here, we go all the way through. What we can do is stand in the corner behind this bed. And we can just keep spamming jump. And it's going to use your stamina very quickly. So you can do the waiting thing again, like you do with the magicka. And then just come out, just keep spamming jump. And you'll see acrobatics mastery's increased. So I've just hit level 25 with it. And if I wait for an hour again, then what we can do is just keep jumping. Try and get it to sort of lock you in a spot, because then you can just jump over and over and over again. So if we wait once more, then when we're back in, we just keep jumping around. Just try and like walk towards the wall as you're doing it. And you'll see there, acrobatics increased to level 26. Now for athletics, what we're going to do is we are going to travel to Anvil. And it's over on the far left side of the map. So if we zoom out, the Imperial City's here. Come all the way over to Anvil. And if you haven't got the Thin Gleam helm, that's going to help you out. Like, this is pretty much impossible without it, unless you are the character class that lets you breathe underwater. And if you're looking for the Thin Gleam helm, there's a video for it on the channel. But basically what you're doing is when you spawn at the lighthouse in Anvil, so if we zoom in a little bit, the lighthouse here, there are a couple of ships at the docks. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump in underneath the very first one. And we're just going to swim all the way to the second one. Because this ship here is going to let you infinitely swim between the bottom of it and the rock. So if you're on PC, if you just press Q, that's going to set you up to auto move forward. And if you're on controller, you're going to have to do the rubber band technique and lock your analog stick in place. And what you want to do is make sure that your character's arms are going as nutty as mine are. If we go into third person, you'll see it looks like we're actually swimming, even though we're stuck in the same position. And you'll see at the top right corner, my athletics did increase. And I want to let you guys know, if you're going to AFK with any of these, just make sure you pop back to the game every now and then, just to check. Because every 25 levels, there's going to be a pop-up, and that pauses the game. So if you're, say you're AFK at level 15... you then go off and you do something for a few hours, you come back, you're only going to be level 25. Whereas if you came back at level 25, like got rid of that pop-up, you could be at like level 40 something by now. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on it every now and then, because every 25 levels there is a pop-up that will pause the game and stop the AFK working. Then next up, we're going to be taking a look at blocking, light armor, and heavy armor. And if you come to the Anvil main gate, so if we go to the map from the Imperial City all the way over to the left, you come to the main gate here. What we're going to do is we're going to run around this corner, and there's going to be a house here. Before we go into this house, what we're going to do is go into the difficulty settings and put it on master. Then what we're going to do when we get inside the house is we are going to go into the basement. And down here, there are going to be 4 rats. The reason we put it on master is just to aggro them, so that we don't punch them and kill them. So they're not going to take like any damage. Then when they're all aggroed, we're going to switch it back to the normal difficulty. You can even go down to novice. And then what you're going to do is just stand there. Make sure you bring some repair hammers with you. Heavy armor's just increased. And then if we hold up our left trigger, you are going to see that eventually, over time, you can even get a weapon out and do it. As well as our heavy armor, our blocks just increased. So bring a couple of different armor sets, a light armor set, heavy armor, and also just make sure you're blocking. And this cellar, this basement, is going to be really, really good for leveling up those 3 skills. Then next up, when it comes to security, what you're going to do is find any chest, any building or whatever that needs to be lockpicked. Then what you're going to do is just go up to the door or the chest, whatever it may be. You're going to start the minigame. For some reason, this one's just open straight away. So now I've managed to get into the minigame. If you just set the first tumbler, if I don't break the lockpick, all you're going to do is just spam that button to set the tumbler over and over and over again. And spamming that button is going to level up your security. So it's nice and simple to do this one, and it levels you up very, very quickly. You can get to level 100 from the beginning of the game in less than 10 minutes. So if I wait for that level up sound again, security's increased to 34. I think it was like low 20s or something when I started that. So yeah, like finish or complete the first tumbler, then just spam that set tumbler button, which is A on an Xbox controller. Do that and you'll level up security really, really quick. Then next up, we're going to be taking a look at Alchemy. So if we go to the world map, in the Imperial City, in the Market District, this is if you don't have your mortar and pestle from the start of the game. What we're going to do is come around here, come to the very end of this walkway, and we're going to turn right. There's going to be a shop here called the Main Ingredient. In here, if we go to the counter, we speak to the person, we go to bartering. You're going to be able to, if we scroll down, we keep going. You'll see here, you're going to be able to buy a novice mortar and pestle. They're 25 coins. So get yourself one of those, and you can buy ingredients off any of the merchants if you want to. But if you don't want to buy ingredients, you want to save your gold, then from the Imperial City, if you come down to Skingrad, what you're going to do is fast travel to the East Gate. Then when you arrive, turn around, go through this door. And when you are outside, if you turn left, jump over here. In this field, there are going to be tomatoes. So what you're going to do is you are going to farm all of these tomatoes. If I just take a few for now, I'll literally just grab 3. Then what we're going to do is fast travel. We're going to go to the stables the other side of Skingrad. Then when you are here, this is a vineyard. So you can take all of these grapes. So if I just take 3 of them for now, then what you can do is you can go to your inventory, go to Alchemy. You can come down to where your mortar and pestle is. Click A if you're on an Xbox controller to select it. And when you're in here, pick your ingredients. So if we go 1 grape and we go 1 tomato, then all of the ingredients you're using are going to go to the top of that ingredients list. But what you can do is you can create potions. You're going to be able to do, I think it's around 80 or 90 just from 1 farm of both the tomatoes and the grapes. So if I go 1, 2, 3, my alchemy is probably not going to level up. No, there's nothing at the top there, because if we go to my alchemy, it's currently level 71. So it takes a little while to level that one up for me. But that's your alchemy. Get some ingredients and stuff. If you've harvested all of the grapes and tomatoes, what you can do is fast travel back to the Imperial City. Wait there for around 3 days, 12 hours. Then fast travel back to Skingrad, and the grapes and tomatoes would have regrown. Then next up, we have Speechcraft. Any NPC that you can talk to, there is a chance you can persuade them. So I'm going to go into the Emporium. And if we talk to the person that works in here, we go to Persuading at the bottom. You are going to see they're currently on 100. What you can do if the disposition is too high is you can go into their bartering menu if it's a merchant, and you can keep haggling with them to annoy them, like give them really bad offers. That's going to annoy them and bring the persuasion down, their disposition. Then once you've got the disposition at any sort of level, what you can do is you can just start the minigame, and you're just going to spam the 1 bar. So coerce is going to be the 1 bar. Then it goes left. It always goes round clockwise. So start 1 bar all the way round. And then you go 1 bar, 1 bar, 1 bar. Just keep going in until you reach a relatively low disposition. Then you might want to bribe them or play the game properly. If you want to know how the game works properly, there's a video for it on the channel. But spamming that minigame in the persuasion menu for a merchant or something is going to boost up your Speechcraft really quick. Then next up we have Mercantile, which is the penultimate one. If we go to the world map at the Imperial City Market District, If we run up the stairs, come left, you can do this with any NPC, but the Merchant's Inn has one of the best in the game. When you're in here, you're going to see this green person, and if you go into their bartering, you're going to see at the top right, they have 3,000 coins. What that means is you can sell any single item up to the value of 3 grand. You can do it over and over and over again, but their max purchase price for a single item is 3,000. And with Mercantile, you just want to sell a load of stuff. I think it's based on coin value. So if you're doing alchemy and you're making a load of potions, this person's going to buy those potions off you. So like here for an example, I've got 5 Restore Fatigue. I'm going to sell 4 of them. That's 136 gold. They're going to buy them. My Mercantile would have increased. I mean, mine's at level 100, so there's no increase for me. But another thing you can do is you can do the duplication glitches and stuff. If you're into that sort of thing, you can get a load of the same product and then just sell it to someone. Every time you sell to a merchant, that is going to boost your Mercantile. And the alchemy we covered in this video is going to help out massively. Or if you want to do a full-on glitch, you can do the duplication glitch and just sell a load of expensive stuff. And then the 21st skill in the game is Sneak. This one can be done 2 ways. What you can do is you can find an enemy and you can just like either set auto walk forward, or you can put a rubber band on your analog stick on your controller. Make sure the enemy is unaware, so go into your crouch position, make sure they're unaware, and just keep walking against the wall in the same spot. That's going to level up your sneak. Or another thing you can do is in the Imperial City, if you go to the prison, when you are here, if you run up the stairs and you go into the Bastion, what you can do is come to the guy that's working and say you want to visit a prisoner. Now, after you've asked to see a prisoner, they are going to go and open up the door for you. Then once the person's opened up the door for you, you're going to come down into the prison and there's going to be someone standing at the gate. So it's this second prison on the right. What you're going to do is you're going to crouch down and you're just going to keep picking their pockets, because they don't care if you pick their pockets. So just spam it over and over and over again. And you'll see my sneak went up to 19, it's just gone to 20. You can do this over and over again with this prisoner. You'll see my sneak's gone to level 21. And it's eventually going to go to, there you go, it's gone to 22. So this person doesn't care, nobody cares if you pick this person's pockets. So you can build up your sneak that way as well. So that is how to level up all 21 major and minor skills fast in Oblivion Remastered. And what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you out.